Hey, welcome back everybody. Steve Radins here. It's the author reading experience of The Happiness Effect, my new manuscript that's out. Looking for representation. If you like what you hear, send it to your favorite agent and tell them they need to pick up my book and publish it. So that's where we're at right now. But until that happens, I'm going to read it to you and you're going to get some really good information out of here, and it's going to help change your life. And actually, chapter 9, we're going to really start getting into things. You know, the last couple of chapters haven't been about happiness necessarily, because I've been teaching you that your food systems and your medicine systems are pretty much run by 3 companies, and you're eating the chemical laden foods and medicines that they provide for you, and they're dictating how your body's going to live for the next 50, 100 years of your life, however long you live. And you can choose to live a balanced, healthy, happy life, or you can, well, by embracing nature, or you can live an unhealthy, unhappy life, going to the doctor every couple of months to pick up some new prescriptions to try to balance your body out from all the nasty crap that we put in our bodies on a daily basis. So if you want to learn what you're up against, the mountain that you have to climb in order to have a happy, healthy, and balanced life, watch chapters 6, 7, and 8, because we're in chapter 9 now. So go back and watch those last 3 chapters. They'll really give you the background on what you're up against. And you're up against a brick wall. You're up against Mount Everest when it comes to our food. At least here in America, we rely on processed foods and synthetic medicine, and that's not the best thing for our bodies. And hopefully, if you've seen chapters 6, 7, and 8, then you'll start to understand that it's a terrible cycle to be on. Excuse me, to eat chemically processed foods that force you to take chemically processed medicine to try to balance each other out. And it's just a terrible cycle. You can't get off of it until you embrace nature and start putting healthy fruit, vegetables, and herbs in your body and maintaining positive thought. Because if you get your body right, to get your mind right, you'll get your life right. And that's really what the happiness effect is about. It's about those 3 things: getting your body right, getting your mind right, so that your life will be the perfect life that you want it to be. And it can happen, and it doesn't take a lot of work. And that's really the cool thing, is that it doesn't take a lot of work. This book, you know, the tagline of this book, the subheading, simple life shifts that can create massive gains in your health, happiness, and abundance. Because I'm telling you, when you're healthy and it's going to make you happy. And when you're healthy and happy, abundance, man, just flows into your life. It's happened in my life, and I'm sharing my experiences with you and my theories and opinions with you because it's worked for me. And it's worked so well for me that, man, I get great joy sharing it with you. And because I know it can help you, and I know it will help you. And if you take 1 or 2 of the tricks I give you to start changing your life, you're going to start looking for more ways to change your life, because it's a happy, awesome feeling to have, and you feel good. As I'm coughing, sorry. No, you feel good, you make others feel good, and that's really, I think, what the world's about, is making each other happy. And if you're not doing that, you're missing out on an amazing way to live your life. You really are. Happy body, happy mind, happy life. It's pretty simple. Anyway, chapter 9 is really kind of my first eye-opening, my biggest theory to life. And over the last 6-10 years doing research and reading about natural foods and natural medicines and positive thought and gratitude, well, I came up with what I call the 3 life centers. And that's actually the name of this chapter, the 3 life centers. And if you focus your attention on these 3 areas, only 3 areas, you know, you don't have to worry about your brain, your ears, your eyes, your nose, your hands, your teeth, your belly, your gut, your kidneys, your liver, your heart, your lungs, your central nervous system, your brain, all these different areas. You know, it's like, oh, I got to eat this to help with that. I got to take this pill to help with that. Not true, man. You focus on these 3 areas and your life will find the balance that you're looking for. It really will. So we're going to jump in. Well, before we jump in, let me get all this out of the way. What are you grateful for today? Let's do that first. Right now, as we're taking a little break here, think of the 3 things that you're grateful for that's happened so far to you in this day. Gratitude is a big, huge piece of the puzzle of your life. And so I want you to be thankful for something right now before we even start going. You know what? Tell us in the comments. Leave me a comment. What are you thankful for today? All right, so now we've done that. Chapter 9. Okay, health is a state of complete harmony of the body, mind, and spirit. And that is by BKS Leiniger. And I don't know where he stole my idea from, but healthy body, healthy mind, healthy life. It's really so true. I'm not the first person to make this up. I'm just not. It's just kind of the words I live by every single day. Your 3 life centers. Congratulations. You have made it this far. Now I will show you the 3 basic areas of your body that you must take care of. This is the most critical information that you need in order to have a perfectly balanced life. It really is. This is the basic foundation of my theories. If you follow my advice and do everything you can to ensure these 3 areas of your body are cared for, you will automatically trigger the happiness effect. Our bodies are made up of vibrating energy. Most, if not all, religions talk about the life source, the life source. Anyway, most religions talk about the life source or the life energy within us. You may have heard of the 7 chakras. Excuse me. These are the energy centers of your body according to the Hindu religion. And I'm getting burps, sorry. And I say 7 chakras, I think I've actually read there are 12 chakras. So I'm not fluent in this religion, but I have read about it, and I have read about the chakras, and I have done some meditation with some yogis, I guess you would call them, to try to bring my body into balance based on the theories of the chakras. It's good stuff. So if you have time to go out and research it a little bit, I'd suggest you do that too. But first, finish reading my book with me. Anyway, these are the energy centers of your body according to the Hindu religion. The chakras are centered on your body vertically, and they function as healing centers for your mind and body. Many people believe that by altering the chakras, they can improve their health and their life. It's kind of similar to brain fart. Didn't eat my brain food this morning, apparently. Acupuncture is the word I'm looking for. Anyway, the chakras are very similar to how acupuncture works. You know, the acupuncturist knows exactly what areas on your body to stick a little needle that will alter your body in different ways. It's similar to altering the chakra centers. Anyway, I have similar beliefs about our energy centers, and I believe I have found the simple secret to health and happiness using your body's 3 life centers. In order for you to be in perfect, balanced harmony, your entire body has to be in sync. That sounds like a daunting task. You have a lot of organs and other critical areas in you that will need your attention. Even breaking down your body into 7 chakra energy centers is a lot to focus on. It really is. To make your journey to health and happiness as simple and easy as possible, I have only 3 areas you need to focus on. And the really cool thing is that most fruit, vegetables, and herbs affect these 3 areas by design. My example of an orange, I'll use an orange again. You get all the nutrients in an orange: vitamin C, calcium, vitamin B, a plethora of micronutrients, a bunch of phytonutrients. You're getting all these nutrients in varied amounts that are all safe and healthy for your body. You don't have to worry about unnatural, unwanted side effects when you eat an orange. You do when you eat processed foods or take synthetic medicine. Okay? Nature is naturally good for your body. And I'm going to say all fruit, vegetables, and herbs are designed to balance our 3 life centers. The universe always has your back. It really does. You know, nature wants you to succeed in abundance, and everything you need to do that has been provided by nature. The 3 life centers. First, the stomach. This area down here, your gut, you know, kidneys, liver, your gut, the stuff that processes the food that we eat and then sends it out to other parts of your body. If your body can't process foods correctly, it's going to throw other parts of your body out of whack. And I guess I should have said this first. You know, I am not a doctor. I'm not telling you scientific stuff here, but everything I say you can find online, and it's a fact. You know, I'm not making this stuff up as I go along. This is all based on factual research. So anyway, the first life center, the stomach, because this is where everything kind of starts. You know, you put food in your mouth, it goes down into your gut and your kidneys and livers take out the toxins and send the good stuff out to your blood, your heart, your lungs, your brain. The second life center is the chest, the heart, lungs, blood circulation. If these aren't working right, you know, if you've got your gut working really good and it sends this stuff up to your heart, but you're sending a ton of salt up to your heart, it's going to create adverse effects with your second life center, the chest area, okay? And the third life center is your head, you know, the brain, your central nervous system, your thoughts, your mind. Because if this is your central computer, man, it takes care of everything else. So you've got to have the right foods in your gut so that it can send out to your heart and lungs, so that it can send up to your brain and get your brain working. So your head, chest, and gut are really the only three areas that you have to worry about in your body. How cool is that? You know, you're as long as you're taking care of those three areas, everything else will work just fine. It really will. As you can see, the three life centers encompass all of your major organs that make your life possible. Without these three areas, you would most certainly die. Let's take a closer look at each life center individually. Life center 1, the gut. And I guess the reason I put this as number 1 is because that's where your food journey starts. And the first half of this book is really about getting the right food in your body. And so life center number 1 is gut. You have to get the right stuff to your gut. Remember that I am not a doctor, so my explanation of how these areas work is in general terms. Nevertheless, the information is very accurate, as I just said, even if it's going to be a little bit unscientific. I want to ensure that anyone can understand what I'm saying. This book is not for, you know, high core, high performance. People have already figured all this basic stuff out, but 75% of the world, we're down here just trying to live life, man. We're not trying to be the leader on the sports team, you know. We're just trying to maintain life in a healthy, balanced, happy way. And that's what I'm trying to get out to you, is that there's a very simple way to improve your health and happiness in your life. And that is by focusing on, and only on, the three life centers. The gut is critical for digesting food and sending fresh nutrients out to the rest of your body. Your stomach processes all the good and bad stuff that you eat and drink. It sends the processed nutrients to your other important organs, liver and kidneys, where the nutrients are cleaned up and sent to support your blood, and other cells are removed from your body entirely. That's where the good stuff stays, the toxins get pushed away. This life center is where your nutrient journey begins. When you are feeding your gut healthy, all-natural foods, you are creating a natural environment for the rest of your body. It is much easier for your stomach to digest natural foods than it is to digest synthetically processed foods. It just is. Your body doesn't have to work as hard. Your body maintains its balance because it's not trying to remove toxins. It's trying to improve itself. Okay, let that sink in for a minute. Your body, when your gut gets what it needs, and it's getting it from natural sources, it's not overworked. Okay, all it has to do is basic life functions, because it has everything it needs. It just keeps going. It's like when your car is running really well. You know, you just got a tune up, so your spark plugs are perfect, your oil is good, you got new fuel in there. Everything's working in perfect homeostasis, okay, and your car runs great. But as soon as one of those spark plugs gets clogged or starts going bad, it's throwing everything else off of balance. Your gut, your head, chest, and gut are the same way, and your gut needs natural foods to maintain that balance. It really does. Your body will have less toxins to remove, which makes the digestion process run smoothly. Naturally grown foods are designed to work with our bodies. Artificially processed foods alter our bodies in an unnatural way. Unnatural, unwanted, right? Now, how many times have I said that? You should know that by now. When your gut takes in unhealthy, unnatural foods, the rest of your body does not get the nutrients that it needs. If you overload your gut with junk, then the kidneys and liver get overworked as well, and they begin to fail. This will then affect the second life center, your lungs and heart, which also affects your third life center, your brain, central nervous system. This will then affect the way that you think and you'll get depressed and your life will go downhill rapidly, all because you didn't give your gut what it needed in the first place. So these three areas rely on each other to function properly and in homeostasis. Okay, and it all starts with what you put in your gut. The journey to health and happiness really does. It relies on what you're putting in your belly. So natural foods, people, natural medicines, people, that's really where it's at. Life Center 2, the chest. You know your heart's here, your lungs are here. It's very important. It's got that massive rib cage that protects these areas. So nature is giving you the protection for this area because it's that important. If your heart stops beating, what happens? You're dead. All right, so yeah, it's very important to keep this Life Center happy, and you have to do that with what you put in your Life Center number 1. This is just as important as the other 2 life centers. This is where your life is maintained. Your heart pumps freshly clean blood to every area of your body. Your lungs pump fresh oxygen into your blood. Your body needs fresh oxygen and clean blood all day, every day. They never stop working for us, you know. Your lungs, constantly breathing in fresh air. Hopefully it's fresh air. Your heart is constantly creating and pumping fresh, new, healthy blood throughout your system when everything's working correctly. But they cannot do their job without proper nutrition. Back to Life Center number 1. When you have the nutrients you need from Life Center number 1, you will ensure optimal functions of Life Centers 2 and 3. So it works together. You know, these 3 areas control our life force. It really does. Your solar plexus, this is kind of cool too. Your solar plexus is also in this area, just below your rib cage and above your belly. It is an area of spiritual energy in many religions and meditation practices. A lot of meditators will tell you to focus on this central area of your body to bring that energy in. You know, comes in through here, goes out through your crown chakra. But yeah, so a lot of religious areas focus on the solar plexus area of our body. This is where your gut feelings come from, actually. If you haven't already realized this, your gut, chest, and head, the 3 life centers, all react to this gut feeling. Your stomach tightens up, your heart beats a little faster, and your mind is racing. Maybe you even feel a little dizzy. Trust your gut feelings. They are a body message that you will need to listen to. That's really true, man. Think about it. When you've got, you're driving through a bad, tough neighborhood, you know, and you're like, yeah, I probably shouldn't be here. And your gut tightens up a little bit. You'll feel your heart beating a little bit because you're a little anxious, not sure what's going on. You might get a little dizzy because the oxygen and blood flow is being altered a little bit, all from this gut feeling. So yeah, the gut feeling really is, it's the head, chest, gut. We call it a gut feeling, but it really is the 3 life center feeling. Maybe I'll change the name to that, the 3 life centers. When your first 2 life centers are depleted due to poor diet, you get less nutrients to your brain. If your brain doesn't have the nutrients it needs, it begins to fail. All 3 life centers must be balanced for you to reach homeostasis. Life center number 3, the brain, the thoughts, central nervous system. Your brain controls all life functions. This is the master control center of our body. It really is. This is your computer. The crazy thing is that your brain controls your life centers subconsciously. In chapter 28, you will learn how your mind controls your cells, giving you the ability to heal without using natural synthetic drugs. Yeah, we'll get really deep into the placebo effect. As I said in an earlier chapter, according to the CDC, 30% of all healing, that's all healing in the entire world, 30% of it comes from the placebo effect, comes from our minds. Our minds are so incredibly powerful, they can actually heal you. So the life center number 3, your head, is really, really, really important. You don't need to continually think about taking a breath. It just happens naturally. However, if your brain doesn't have the right amount and variety of nutrients it needs, it will stop functioning. Your body will not function properly if your mind is unhealthy. So again, all 3 life centers must work together. And these are the only 3 areas you need to focus on: head, chest, gut. Have you ever noticed that when you are tired, hungry, or sick, you have trouble thinking? Being tired and malnourished makes it much harder to stay positive. The Navy SEALs learned this during their training. After a week of diminished nutrition and sleep, they have extremely reduced cognitive abilities. The only way to keep your mind healthy is by keeping your body healthy, and it's all about balance. Life is about balance, and I really try to preach that a lot. Keep your head, your chest, and your gut healthy, and you can do that by eating natural foods and using natural products as your medicine. You can maintain these three areas in a balanced way. Your thoughts form in the brain. As many historical philosophers have said, you are what you think you are. Your thoughts can and do make you sad, happy, sick, frustrated, and joyful. You and only you can control your thoughts. So you and only you control how you feel. You control your destiny. And we'll talk more about this later. And you control your destiny because you control your thoughts. And that's why half this book, okay, half of the book is on positive thought. The other half is on putting natural foods in your body and getting outside in nature. So really, 50% of your health comes from your brain. I know the CDC says 30%, but I say 50% of your health comes from your brain. So we will talk about Life Center number 3 a lot in the second half of this book. All 3 life centers work together to keep you in a perfectly balanced environment. You are a part of nature, and just like a plant, if just one nutrient is off, it affects all other life functions. And it can be a micro, and one phytonutrient, this little enzyme, if it's out of whack, it's going to knock your whole body out of whack. So it's very important that we're putting natural foods and medicines in our body because it balances us. It's not throwing us off. It's not giving us unnatural, unwanted side effects. If a plant's roots are depleted, it affects the rest of the plant. Without enough water, light, or nutrients, the plant begins to die. When one of your life centers is missing what it needs, it will begin to drain the other 2. But how do you maintain a perfect balance between the 3 life centers? By what you put into your body and your mind. Put your seatbelts on because we're going to learn my secrets to a happy, healthy, and abundant life. And that's the end of chapter 9. And that really, for kind of a short chapter, it's going to be one of the shorter videos I've done. That is probably the most important information you're going to get in this book, up to this point anyway. We're going to have some cool stuff coming up. But knowing what the 3 life centers are, your head, your chest, and your gut, and knowing that keeping them in balance will keep your life in balance. And when our life is balanced, everything else just kind of works out. And I don't know how to say that any better than that natural foods and natural medicines create 0 unwanted, unnatural side effects. And by bringing nature into our bodies, into our gut, the first life center, that's going to keep life center number 2, the chest, and life center number 3, the head, all working together to make you a better, more perfect you. All right? So when you're at the store or when you're doing some research online, because I know you guys are going to research this because that's important too, know the facts. Don't just take my word for it. Get online or get in some books. Go to the library. The information is free. Learn about how an orange benefits your body. Yes, we're going to tell you that too. If you stick around long enough, we're going to get to a chapter on fruit, vegetables, and herbs. 3 different chapters. We're going to break down 5 of each. 5 fruit, 5 vegetables, 5 herbs. And we're going to tell you exactly the nutrients that each one of those items have. We're going to tell you how long those nutrients have been used. And we're going to tell you how those nutrients benefit your body naturally, creating 0. What is it? What's the answer? 0 unwanted, unnatural side effects. Because that's really the key. Nature takes care of us. Nature has our backs, and we need to embrace it. So again, thank you, man. Chapter 9, big chapter. Go back and listen to it again to make sure you understand. Head, chest, gut, the 3 life centers control your entire life. 30% of all healing, according to the CDC, comes from the brain. Very important. And the only way you can keep your brain functioning at 100% in total homeostasis is by keeping your gut and your chest happy. And you do that by eating naturally and medicating naturally. And that's really the thing to take home from this is you have 3 areas of your body that you need to focus on. That's it. Only 3 areas. And that's a pretty cool thing. And we're going to teach you how to do that throughout the rest of this book. So stay tuned. Chapter 10, we're going to talk about how nature provides what we need for the head, chest, and gut, the 3 life centers. And then I'm just going to throw this in there. This book right here, 5 herbal tea blends to balance your life. It's a little book that I wrote. It's on Amazon. It's like $3 or $4, I think. Maybe it's $5. Anyway, it will talk about herbs. Okay, this is only about herbs, and it will tell you the different nutrients that are in each herb. It will tell you how those nutrients benefit your 3 life centers. It'll tell you the historical use of that. I mean, herbs and fruit and vegetables, humanity has been using these as food and medicine since the beginning of time. And over the last 100 years, we've really just gotten away from that. And really, the last 50 years, our society, at least here in America, has become dependent on processed foods and synthetic medication. But for hundreds of millions of years prior to this, plants were used naturally. We didn't have to take pieces of the plant out to make a pill to help one little piece of my body, which is then throwing the rest of my body out of whack. So eating and medicating with nature will keep your 3 life centers in balance. And I guarantee that, I really do. Stick around, wait for some other chapters. There's some really good information coming. I hope you enjoy it. What are you grateful for today? Because I got to get that in there too. 3 things you're grateful for. I know I asked you at the beginning of this, so I want you to follow through on that. Leave some comments in the message. Leave some comments below. Leave me a message. Tell me what you think. What are you doing to help your 3 life centers? What foods are you going to eat today that are going to benefit your brain? What food will you eat today that's going to benefit your heart and your lungs? What food are you going to put in your body that's going to benefit your gut? And if you tell me it's a can of chicken noodle soup, I'm going to tell you you're wrong, because there's about 1,000 milligrams of salt in there, and that's not helping our body at all. So anyway, thank you for joining us. Come back next week for the next chapter, Nature Provides, chapter 10. We're going to start getting into some cool stuff now. Hopefully all this information has helped you out a little bit. Join the Facebook group. We have a Happiness Effect Facebook group. You can follow me on Facebook. I have a Balanced by Nature website, balancedbynature.net. I've got a blog there. My books are available. I've got to add this in there because I haven't done it for a while. 5 herbal tea blends to balance your life. Oh no, medical marijuana, the simple truth. That was written for my parents so that I could try to explain to them that this plant that's been demonized for 100 years is actually an amazing beneficial plant for our bodies. So check that one out. Medical marijuana, the simple truth, and our Stephen T's ultimate smoothie. When I first started this journey to a healthier, happier life, I began by drinking a smoothie every morning. And I put fruits, vegetables, herbal tea, some other honey, some apple cider vinegar, some other, beneficial products you can put in your body. And that smoothie changed my life. So anyway, you can read about it. These are all just short little booklets. They're about $5 on Amazon. Stephen T. Ratings, just Google it, you can find it. They're good reads. And if you pick it up, thank you very much. I appreciate you supporting me so that I can keep doing this. Anyway, I've gone on too long. We're right at 30 minutes. This is a shorter video. The 3 life centers, man. Easy. 1, 2, 3. Only 3 things you have to worry about to make your life balanced by nature. Anyway, have a great day. Get outside. Breathe through your nose. Enjoy the fresh air. Look at a tree and enjoy that nature provides everything we need. Anyway, have a great day. Stay balanced by nature. Thank you for being here.